Are you a fan of the Dragon Ball Super card game? If so, check out QueenCityGaming.com for sealed product, singles, and more. Just use promo code MafubaJar-10 to save 10% off your order every time.
Welcome back to the Mafuba Jar. We've been sitting away for another awesome deck profile, and today, guys, it is with great pleasure that I get to finally profile you guys my Broly deck. Yes, this is the Broly leader that you get from the Broly pack with the special Bring a Friend event, and oh man, this is an amazing leader. Like, he's in the same category as like SS3 Goku and Shenron are in, to where like there's almost nothing you can't build with this leader because he's just so versatile. So let's go ahead and take a look at him. He is a yellow sand leader that is also Frieza's army, so that is amazing right there. And his auto is when this card attacks, you choose a card from your life, add it to your hand, and if you do, draw a card. So lots of card advantage with that. And he awakens at 4 life by untapping 2. And this is where the nonsense happens here on his awakened side. So of course when he attacks, draw a card. Almost every leader has that. And he has 2 activate mains. Both of them are once per turn. First one is you choose one of your opponent's battle cards and you put them in rest mode. So just a free rest mode right there. And the other activate means that you choose one card from your life, add it to your hand, then choose up to one of your cards in rest mode and switch it to active mode. So that can be any card. That could be your leader, it could be a battle card, it could be an energy. Any card you could put back in active mode from rest, which is completely stupid. It's like a mini Shenron. So like, yeah, that's just completely stupid and absurd to that, just the pure fact that it can be any card. And as you guys already saw in the title of the video, this is going to be a Universe 7 Broly deck here, so it actually did be really good in a recent local tournament. I actually made top 4 with it, so it has a lot of power, and I'm really enjoying this build of it right now. I'm gonna be exploring with a lot of different builds with this leader, just because like you could do almost anything with him. It's crazy, and the fact that he has Frieza's army as a special trait, like that just opens up even more doors to what you could do with this guy. So enough about the leader, as awesome as he is. Let me go into the actual deck here. And I'm just going to start off with like the basic stuff before I get into the Universe 7 stuff here. So I'm running 4 copies of Full Surveillance Junko. I'm not running Shugesh in this deck. I really thought about it, and I almost put Shugesh in here. But then that means like I would have to give myself Shugesh targets. And for Universe 7, there's not really too much of that. Not to mention, Chrono is going to be going back to same play because of the whole Shugesh coming with the feature rare Blue Goku from Clash of Fates. So yeah. Not the best combo for that, at least to me personally. I know like Shugesh is extremely powerful, so if you guys would rather Shugesh, that's fine, but like I said, just for Universe 7 in particular, doesn't exactly work out the best. And I moved them, and did I move those cards? Yeah, I moved them a little bit, sorry about that. Yep, so that's why I have the 4 Junko in here. And of course, it's going to have 4 copies of Senzu Bean. The only colors I'm running in this deck are yellow and blue. I'm not doing like any other multicolor here. So, it's going to give you guys a bit of an idea of which Universe 7 cards I'm running here. So, of course, for Senzu Bean, gotta be a little bit more careful with this because we have Borgos now, but still an extremely powerful card nonetheless. And with all the card advantages that we are going to be getting with our leader, 4 copies of Objection is absolutely perfect because usually by turn 4, when everything goes right, I've basically won the game because I'll have 5 energy by then, so that's really all you need to win the game is 5 energy. Now we're getting into some Universe 7 stuff here. First up, we have Universe 7 Representative, 4 copies of it. Look at your top 7 for any Universe 7 card, reveal it, and add it to your hand. And this does gain Universe 7 in all areas, so it does meet the requirement for EX Evolving, which I'll show you guys in a bit with the Frieza. And another Universe 7 card here, another search we have here. It's going to be 4 copies of the Ready to Fight Son Goku. He's the same thing as the Universe 7 Representative, but instead of 7, you look at your top 3 for Universe 7. Usually I just use them as energy or pitch fodder for EX Evolving, but I've gotten, like, even though it's only 3 cards, I have been able to search some good stuff for them before. He has come in clutch here and there. But yeah, it's mainly just have more Universe 7 in the deck as names I could use. And before I go into more Universe 7 stuff, of course I have to have 4 copies of Unbreakable Super Saiyan Son Goku. If you guys aren't able to find these, just use the 4-drop sale that we got in Miraculous Revival. It does literally the same exact thing, so it doesn't matter which one whatsoever. It's basically you tap 1 and you draw a card, so it's like having 8 super combos in the deck. Now, let's go into the really disgusting stuff in this deck that just makes it all the more just to go up against. So first off here, we have 4 copies of Cold Hard Strike Frieza. He has dual attack, so that's pretty cool. And the auto, I haven't used that often, but mainly because I haven't needed to, but the auto is brutal. So when you play this card, you may place a Universe 7 from your hand in the drop area. If you do, you choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and switch them to rest mode. And those cards can't be switched to active mode during your opponent's next charge phase. So if they have like those really annoying barrier blockers out, just put the Frieza out, pitch in Universe 7, and they're in rest mode. They can't do anything. So that's just really just disgustingly brutal right there. So yeah. There is actually a little bit of a combination you could do with this and a Shugesh. Like if you chose to do just the Frieza stuff in here, and you replace Jakku with Shugesh, you could run the either the 3-drop Goku or the new 2-drop Vegeta that we got. Because that one pops things even though they have barrier on it. So that's another cool combination you could do. Like there's just so many things you could do with the Broly leader. It's just crazy. And what I'm doing is just something that I'm personally enjoying right now. Like, again, I can't stress it enough, guys. If you don't like Universe 7 version of it, or you want to do something else, you literally can. Like, there's almost no downside to doing, like, anything with this guy. And our main win condition is going to be right here. 4 copies of Frieza, Emperor of Universe 7. He's an EX Evolve of 1 on top of a Universe 7 Frieza with 5 or more, and you have to discard a Universe 7 card from your hand. So as I said, that's mainly where the Gokus come into play, but you can also pitch this card too, because it does have Universe 7 in all areas. So those are the main ones to pitch, but of course if you have multiple Friezas in your hand, you can pitch a Frieza. If you have any other Universe 7, you can pitch a Universe 7. All that good stuff. So he has Triple Strike. So something I really like to do when it awakens is that I'll attack with the Frieza, and then activate the Broly's second activate main, take a life, switch it to active mode, and attack again. So Triple Strike dual attack is completely disgusting. And his permanent's even more disgusting. If your leader card is yellow, your opponent's counter skills and non-keyword auto/activate skills cannot be activated unless they place 1 card from their life in the drop area. So basically anything that's not a red keyword skill like Triple Strike, EX Evolve, Union Fusion, stuff like that, swap. If it's not in the red, they have to crit themselves to activate it, which is completely gross. So that's actually how I won my match against the red swap Frieza, is that once I got this out, my opponent really couldn't do much without slowly critting themselves. So it's just crazy. Like, even if they negate this guy, they still have to crit themselves to do the negate. And as I said, with Broly, stand him up again and do another one, the Triple Strike's either going to go through, or they're going to crit themselves again. And that's fine either way, because again, it goes to the drop area, it doesn't even go to their hand. So like, it is crazy. Just completely disgusting what this guy can do. And for a few more Universe 7 cards here, I do have 2 copies of Beerus, Universe 7 Divine Vanquisher, and of course, at least 2 copies of At All Cost Vegeta. He's just too amazing. Though, in this particular deck, the Vegeta's more either energy or cut or pitching fodder for EX Evolve than anything. Not because he's not amazing in this deck, but his things are when you play a card, you draw a card and you restand energy. That's great. And his activate main is choose 2 cards in your life and add them to your hand. That's where that gets a little risky. And he gains 3,000 for each energy you have. Also, if you have 5 or more energy, pop a card and he'll gain Triple Strike. So at least a 35 Triple Strike dual attack with Broly sounds really good, but you have to take 2 life to activate that. And this is a leader that's going to be awakening very quickly as it is, not to mention you have to use a life to restand. So it's a little risky with the Vegeta. Like, I don't use the Vegeta unless like it's a slow game and I at least have 5 life. There's been sometimes I've had to activate him with 4 life, but to be safe, if you're at 5 life, 5 energy, then I'd say the Vegeta's fine. But if you're at 4, well, you definitely can't do it at 3. I would never do it at 3, but if you have to at 4, then yeah, of course you would do it at 4. At 3, you just can't do the restanding with Broly at all. But Vegeta can he actually has still won me some games. Now for the Beerus here, Beerus is a little more doable. He has Double Strike, and when this card attacks a leader card, your opponent has to pick cards from their hand, energy, or battle area, at which the total equals at least 6, and they have to discard them. So yeah, so he's definitely really good for dual attack because they have to pitch twice. So really, really awesome there. And as I said, I use him a little more than the Vegeta, but the Vegeta still won me some games here and there. But at the end of the day, the Frieza is the main Universe 7 guy you want to play. And speaking of Frieza, of course I'm going to be having 3 copies of Deadly Defender Frieza. I just love the Deadly Defender card so much. He's got Barrier, and you're during your opponent's turn, if he's in rest mode, they can't attack your leader, which is good because, as I said, you're awakening very quickly in this deck. And he does lose 5,000 power, but you know what? That's one of the reasons we have Sensu Beans. So during the opponent's turn, he gains back to 5,000. And now for some of our extra cards here. I am running 1 copy of Bad Ring Laser because I like to do the negates and stuff. I don't like when my opponent does the negates and stuff. I've debated putting this up to 2, but 1's been working for me so far. So if you guys want to find room for a second one, by all means, because it is a really good card that could come in handy. And since our leader is Frieza's army, we get to finally play some Cold Bloodlust again. Man, I hated this card being played against me, but I love being the one who plays the card, so it's disgusting. If your leader is Frieza's army, on the battle card that your opponent played, the skill is negated. So all the skills that that card has is negated. And it doesn't choose, so even stuff with like Barrier, it's negated. The only thing that this won't affect are things with Deflect. So that's really the main thing for Deflect, and a lot of powerful boss monsters now do have Deflect. Well, I just said boss monsters. Ugh, what is this, Yu-Gi-Oh? But yeah, like the Gogeta, the Triple Flash Super Saiyan 3, Mira, those all have Deflect, so you can't Bloodlust those. But anything else, like most of the ultimate stuff, you can Bloodlust. Matter of fact, the Red Frieza with the Paragus and Broly in the artwork, I did actually manage to Bloodlust that when my opponent brought it out. I'm like, yeah, no, we're not dealing with that, because I was low on life and I had a Deadly Defender out. And the Frieza can destroy things ignoring barriers, so I'm like, no, let's go ahead and not do that. So yeah, Bloodlust is amazing. Amazing to use. It is terrible if you're on the other side of it. And for our other negates here, I am running 3 copies of Flying Nimbus. So you guys know this is still arguably the best negate in the game. You negate it, then you can pitch a yellow card from your hand, and your opponent can only attack with battle cards 1 more time. So this is perfect if your opponent attacks with their leader first, and just play Nimbus, pitch, and they can only attack 1 more time. So that's really, really cool. And next up for our negates, we are running 2 copies of Time Magic. I actually really like this card because you negate the attack, then you pick one of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode, ignoring barrier, and it doesn't get to restand until your next turn. So stuff like dual attack, triple attack, like even against the Broly, like that could restand something, it can't be restood. So it's really, really cool. Perfect thing to use against a Shenron deck, or even just like the Gogeta in general. Like just anything that's Shenron or Broly leader based, it's perfect because it just stops them from doing their triple attack or dual attack business. So really, really cool there. And my last 2 cards here is going to be, of course, the channel name, Mafuba! Man, this card saved me so many times in the tournament. It is just such a good card. I love this card so much. This is another one that, like, I want to put it up to 3, but I feel like it's too many. I personally feel like 3 Mafubas a little too much in a deck, but I really want to put 3 Mafuba in here, just because it's that good. Alright guys, that does it for my Universe 7 Broly deck. As I said, there's so many things you could do with this guy. Like, I could spend several weeks of deck profiles just with this leader alone. Like, he's just like Shenron, and he's just like Gogeta, and I almost said Gogeta. He's just like the Super Saiyan 3 Goku that we had before it got banned. Like, where it's just like, there was nothing you couldn't do with them, and that's how he is. Like, you could do almost anything with this leader, and it's just so amazing. And I just can't wait for more of the support for the BR Broly to be coming out within the next few months. So, guys, if you enjoyed this deck profile, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're new to the channel for more Dragon Ball content. And actually, there is one more thing I want to add here. Some of you guys, after watching these, might be thinking, why didn't he do the Victory Strike thing instead of the Frieza stuff? I was heavily debating on doing Victory Strike. Matter of fact, I almost made this a Victory Strike deck, but personally, if I were to do Victory Strike, to me at least, it would not just be replacing the Universe 7 stuff. Like, I would actually do a completely different deck if it was Victory Strike. So I might do a deck profile on that in the future. So look out for that as well. And also the new Leaders with Clash of Fates out now, so definitely excited to be building some of those decks, especially that Bardock deck. That looks so fun. So guys, I've rhyming off long enough. If you like this video, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're new to the channel for more amazing Dragon Ball content. And I just said that. Guys, say it twice. Second verse, same as the first. Love it. Alright guys, so with that, I hope you all have a fantastic day, and you've been released.